Welcome back, everybody. This is the fourth session on day one of Hearing Stream 2, dealing with centre zones, residential zones, industrial zones, open space zones. We're now going to hear from the first of the submitters. That's the Kiwi Haulage Association. Welcome, Mr. Barnard Thompson. Can you hear us all okay?
Thank you. Absolutely fine.
Good. We're in your hands. I will apologise. Your statement of evidence came through late on Friday and not all of us had the opportunity to read it, but we do have it in front of us on our laptops. So bear with us, and to the extent you might want to take us through the salient points, and we'll see if we've got any questions.
Absolutely. I'll be delighted to. Yep. So, and thank you for making the opportunity for us. Yeah, it's our annual association conference for the rest of the week, so we're pretty tied up. So thank you for incorporating us at this stage in the hearing process. So at this stage, really, we want to present a higher level overview, and perhaps with the indulgence of the panel, would like to present further information at the hearing for the rural areas that we want to talk about relocated buildings in those areas, as it also relates to urban areas. And so we'll intend to appear before you in person at that stage, not just by Teams. So first of all, we acknowledge that compared to the current rules in the plans and in the council areas, and through the consultation for the draft plan, that the council's position has moved towards a more permissive regime for relocated buildings. However, we do want to challenge the hearings panel to see the benefits of a regime that manages relocated buildings in a way that promotes compliance with the range of performance standards that we've submitted. In our view, the proposed plan has adopted a number of the standards that we've previously submitted to the council, however, with the punitive continuance of the financial bond. So instead, we'd like to see a regime that has been utilised by more than 50 councils nationwide, that has required permitted with standards, or in quite a number of cases, no standards at all. In point 9.5 of my written information, I provide a list of the councils that we've engaged with just over this last year who are employing an option of permitted activity and no bond. We maintain that financial bond can be usefully applied should an application for a building relocation not be able to comply with the performance standards, so therefore defaults to the restricted discretionary. So for example, if the proposed relocation and its reinstatement time is planned to be longer than the 12 months that we propose, then sure, apply the bond in that case to ensure that completion is motivated. So individual councils in the Wairarapa will know and realise the benefits of the cost-effective use of existing housing being placed onto a new site in the Wairarapa, many of them coming from over the hill here in Wellington. And in addition, the continued reuse of character style houses from Wellington or the Manawatu adds to the housing stock variety within the Wairarapa. The planner's report draws upon the South Taranaki case, but doesn't reference the Central Otago case for the logic of requiring a financial bond. As the Central Otago judgment read, if there is no ability to impose a bond on a newly built project, there needs to be a reason to impose one on a relocation project. So is it a good enough reason to ensure simply that a project is completed? In our experience, the bond can take up the cash required to undertake the reinstatement work, so penalising the house owner financially almost double. As I pointed out, there's no evidence put forward that the bond has ever been used to complete some or all of the work. I'm open to receiving that information if they're left uncompleted in the council areas covered by this plan. Also, there's no analysis of the flat 125% fee as to whether it's justified as the potential impact on relocation projects. From my understanding of the current plans, it mentions a bond, but not the scale. I'd also like to comment on the request, on our opposition to the request to notify the transport route and any TMPs. So as I indicated in my written information I submitted, members of my association of the oversized transport sector are well used to analysing the route to be taken, and in fact are required to do so, or required to certify that the load will fit. That's part of their NZTA over dimension permit. There's nothing unusual there. So we oppose the requests as they are to supply the transport route and any TMPs as they're not related to the reinstatement of the building onto the site. And in our view, they shouldn't be in a district plan. We are taking more of a principled position on this particular matter. So thank you. That's a quick overview of the evidence that we'd like to present at this stage. And as I said, we'd like the indulgence of the panel to present more information about the good outcomes that can come from relocated building at the time of the rural zone hearings. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Barnett-Thompson. We're mindful of granting your request for further presentation. That probably hearing stream 3, I think, on the rural zone.
That's my understanding too. Yep.
Which will commence next month. I'll just check the date. 13th of October.
13th of October. Yep, that's the date I've got. Yep, thank you. Yep.
Just to help us with that, would you imagine presenting any additional evidence or from any other party?
Yes, yeah, certainly our intention to. We have commissioned one of my members to undertake some before and after photos that illustrate some good examples of houses that have been relocated and well reinstated into the environment. And we're also looking at the potential use of a planner to support our submission.
Okay. Going through your statement today, particularly your Schedule 1 to the statement.
Sure.
There seems to be 3 key areas. One is the policy GRZ P9, and I'm focusing obviously on the residential zone here.
Sure.
But presumably the other zones would have similar policies that you'd like to see changed in a similar manner.
Absolutely. Yep, we are looking for consistency across the zones where appropriate.
Yes. And then there's a standard, in this case, in the residential zone, standard 12, relating to bonds. And then there's the same standard, clause 2, is the TMP and the transportation route that you refer to. They're the 3 key areas, aren't they, that you're seeking change on?
They are really, yep. As I've said, we did submit to the draft plan, and it's good to see that some of our proposed standards have been taken up, but as I mentioned, still continuing the financial bond. Yes.
If you are of a mind to engage a planner, then it may be that that planner might want to engage with district council's planner or planners, just to see whether there might be a middle ground on these matters ahead of the hearing. As to who that might be, I'm not too sure, because we've heard from 6 planners today, each reporting on different zones. But leave that with us, and we'll let you know in due course who that person or persons might be.
Lovely, thank you. Yep.
That's all I really wanted to quiz you on in terms of the high level presentation.
Mm-hmm.
I'll check with my colleagues as to whether there are any other specific questions that they might have. Rob?
No, not from me.
Oh,
Okay.
thanks, so.
Alistair?
Not at this stage.
Craig? It seems like they're all waiting for your final presentation on the 13th of October.
We'll be the star of the show, believe me. Yep.
14th of October. The hearings.
Yeah, the 13th might well be the Officers' Day, I think, and
Sunday.
Sunday.
That's very good of you to work on a Sunday. Yep.
Yeah, no,
Bastille Day.
that's July.
July, oh, yeah.
It's July.
Okay. We'll be in touch through Ruth to let you know who the contact person will be. But thank you for taking the time out from your conference. Hope it goes well.
Thank you.
And
Yep.
we'll see you in maybe 6 weeks' time.
Lovely. Thank you for the opportunity again. Yep.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Okay.
It's fun, although Sam may have voice.
Yeah. Let's just check. Good afternoon, Ms. Solner. Have you got your ears on?
He's there.
Yeah.
Good.
Hi. We're scheduled to hear from you at 3:30. If we give you 5 minutes and for us to get our material in order, would that be sufficient notice?
Yeah. I was going to come in person, but I think there's quite extreme rain
Yes.
forecast continued, so I thought I would stay home.
Yes.
So I can now do any time from now.
Thank you for that. Ms. Solner, last time you had some speaking notes that you shared with us after the event.
Yes.
Do you have speaking notes this time?
Yes, they're just quite messy, and because I was just listening in this morning, so I
Yeah.
might just, if it's okay, send them through afterward, just when I have had a chance to clean them up a bit.
Yeah, if that's fine. For future appearances, though, it would be useful if you could have a summary statement in advance. And I, having said that, I think I'm aware that you may not be doing appearances on this. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, we didn't receive the summary statements until like mid-morning today, so
Okay.
it was a very short turnaround to respond.
Okay, I'll see if we can.
Yeah, in the future, it might be easier if we can get them a bit earlier.
Okay, I'll see what we can do there. Thank you for that. I know that's, I'm hearing the same request from some other people too. Okay, well, we'll just get organised and we'll come back in 5 minutes. Thank you.